The Brian Gould Show features content from the internet and current events throughout the world. All photos, videos, names, and other content is for entertainment purposes only. Please don't fall asleep. It's rude.
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the newest edition of the Brian Gould Show. I'm your host, Brian Gould, along with...
This is Shane O'Mike.
And we got a special guest today. We got FPW Hall of Famer Joe Cool with us. Say hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, I want to talk about public shootings, gun control. Gun control is a huge issue. It's been a huge issue for a while. It seems like every other day there's something going on where someone's getting shot, whether it's at a school, a movie theater, a park, wherever. I think gun control needs to be addressed big time. I don't believe in the fact that the people that have guns state that that it's the crazy people getting the guns. There's always a fallback. It's either crazy people get the guns, or they grew up with violent video games, or bad parenting. That's like the automatic three outs every time something public happens with a gun. I think it's BS. I think it's crap. I think personally only police officers and armed forces should be walking around with guns on their hips. I know we have this whole right to bear arms, but I think times have changed. Obviously they've changed, and so should the rules and laws and regulations with them. Doing an analysis on people's heads before they get the gun, sure, but the people that got the guns now pass background checks, so what makes it any different? Anybody got a point of view on that?
I agree with you 100%, Brian. You know, military and police should only be the ones to be carrying. You know, kids get the ideas from video games, and they get these crazy little ideas in their head, and then they're starting to shoot people and this and that. But it doesn't need to happen anymore. You know, this needs to end. You know.
Well, I hate the fallback that it's on violent video games. I think that's crap.
Yeah.
That's just an excuse. It's an out for the people that are quote-unquote responsible with their guns and shouldn't be held underneath the same umbrella as these people. Well, tough crap. You are. They have a gun, you have a gun.
Yep.
And how you use it is your choice.
What's that old saying? Guns don't kill people, people kill people.
Correct.
It's
correct.
the person, it's not the guns, it's the people that use it.
Correct.
Okay, you have some lunatic going out there shooting up a school. Okay, another guy comes by and he happens to be carrying a gun. He shoots that guy. That guy's a hero.
Exactly. So the guy that shoots up the school's a lunatic, but the guy that shoots the lunatic's not a lunatic? Is that more or less what you're saying, correct?
Yeah, in my eyes, yeah. That guy's a hero.
Understandable.
Yep.
So what about the rotten bad guy that's sitting in the movie theater that has been in and out of jail or maybe even prison a few times because he was a rapist or a convict? He stole a bunch of stuff, and he happened to get shot while he's in the movie theater. So the lunatic that shoots the bad guy is now a hero because he took care of the bad guy.
No,
yes or no?
That's called karma. Karma coming back to fight in the ass.
Yeah, karma, right?
Okay,
there.
all right, fine. Well, that's just my point of view on it. Gun control is a huge issue. It's going to be talked about in the presidential race coming up here. Personally, take the guns off the streets. There's too many of them, and reevaluate the people that have them.
Not to chime in, but you said they're going to be talking about it during the presidential race. The presidential race, those people are going to tell the people what they want to hear,
Always.
not how they feel, how they truly feel.
Always.
So I think that's a bunch of BS there.
Yeah, it's all hype and publicity.
All right. I got another good topic. Holiday
Decorations.
decorations. How many people in the world spend how much money on holiday decorations for Halloween, 4th of July, and Christmas? You know, I went through one of the stores and I saw this one little decoration. It was $150, and you know, that's just outrageous. You know. Brian, what's your opinion?
I don't decorate. I don't spend money on decorations. I might put one or two things up, and if they break or they don't stick to the windows anymore or whatever the case may be, they go in the garbage, and I probably won't replace them. I've never been big on decorating. I just rather get through the holiday and then start my day after the holiday and continue on.
Now, me being a FedEx driver, Christmas is our busy time of the year, and I see decorations all over the place, and I don't mind them. I think it's very festive, and it brings me back to my childhood.
Yeah.
But also, me being Jewish, you never see any Jewish people decorating.
Well,
where's all the menorah? Huh? Where's all the menorah?
It is.
Oh, wow,
it is
yeah.
festive.
Yeah, it is
I agree.
festive.
When you go into the store, when you go into Walmart, there's no Jewish section. There's all Christmas stuff. And now all the holidays, they blend together.
They
They
do.
go
Yes,
exactly
they do.
from Halloween right into Christmas.
all the way through.
I kill two birds with one stone. I dress up as Santa Claus.
Well,
Oh,
there you
yeah.
go.
So,
But yeah, Christmas and Halloween, for the kids.
Thanksgiving, all
Yep.
that stuff.
Oh yeah, for the kids.
Even the 4th of July, I don't
Oh, yeah.
buy fireworks. I buy sparklers and those little snap
Same
popper
here.
things for the kids, and that's it. I don't have to have the whistling Dixies and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What did Joe Dirt say in his movie there? The steamrollers, the Gucci Goos, and all that other crap.
the good stuff, man.
The-
Yeah,
good
the good
stuff.
stuff, man.
No, I'm sure there's millions of dollars being spent from
Oh,
about
yeah.
August through January, because August is when I started seeing Thanksgiving and Halloween stuff, and then September, Walmart started putting Christmas lights out here where I was at, and they might as well just keep that stuff out year round. At
The
this point.
holidays are nothing but commercialized now.
Correct.
Yep.
A lot of people forget the true meaning of things, and all it is about decorations and
Dollar.
Dollar.
About the dollar.
mighty
Malls-
About the dollar,
Malls
mighty dollar.
are open on Thanksgiving now, and I called that a couple of years ago, Joe.
Yes, you
Me and
did.
you were talking about
Yes,
that.
you did.
I said inside the next 5 years, we're going to see stores open on Thanksgiving because it's just all about eating turkey. So there's like a 3-hour block where you're supposed to be with your family. That means there's 21 more hours in the day where they could be selling stuff. What do you think's going to win?
Right.
The dollar.
They look
Yep,
at it
the
as
mighty
they're
dollar.
losing money. They're
Exactly. Exactly.
I remember last year, right on Thanksgiving, being right after we had the big Thanksgiving dinner and this and that, just a few hours later, the stores opened up.
Yep.
You're
They
very
opened
right on
early
that.
for Black Friday. Black
Yep.
Friday's not on Black Friday anymore. It's
Yep.
it's 8 o'clock on Thursday, the day before it starts.
people camp out. I never understood that.
I couldn't believe the mad rush it was.
Yeah, and it's just going to continue to get worse every year.
Yep.
Mike, do you stuff your turkey?
No,
Do you eat turkey for Thanksgiving?
I just buy.
You stuff your
You stuff
Yeah,
your
right.
turkey.
What do you do with the giblets?
What?
What kind of food do you eat on Thanksgiving, Joe? What's your normal Thanksgiving look like?
Turkey.
Turkey.
I'm a turkey man.
I like ham. Turkey is so traditional. I like to take the next one over, the stepchild, the turkey route. Or on occasion, I'd throw a pizza out there, something crazy like that.
Yeah, hot dogs and hamburgers for Thanksgiving.
You know what? That would be a good idea this year to grill
Oh,
hot dogs
wow.
and hamburgers. Hey, did you see Rampage Jackson actually is having a contract dispute with Bellator? Viacom's the parent company to Bellator. They're really pressing hard, saying that Rampage owes them a few more fights, and obviously Rampage doesn't want to be there. He recently re-signed with UFC and won his last fight. He's actually won his last 4 in a row. But now he's looking to retire because he can't get out of this contract with Bellator. They just won't give it up. So with that being said, I feel bad for the guy. He's 37 years old, and he's going to have to retire because he doesn't want to fight somewhere. Could you imagine not wanting to work for FedEx, but FedEx told you, tough snot, we're going to get at least 8 more months out of you, or else we sue you.
They're in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't think I have 8 more months. I don't think I have 8 more days left in me. But Rampage, I didn't even know he was still around. When
Yeah.
was the last time you honestly heard of Rampage fighting?
I think he just fought like literally 2 months ago for the UFC. There was a lawsuit brought up where Rampage actually had to step away from the fight because of this contract dispute, but a judge overturned it. He fought the fight, and then somehow Viacom and Bellator got the dispute overturned again. So now he's just kind of in limbo because he just doesn't want to fight for
So
Bellator.
what you're saying is he stepped away because of a contract dispute.
He had to legally.
And now they're throwing him out because of a contract dispute.
More or less, yeah.
That just...
He hasn't had a really good run since he fought Chuck Liddell back in 2007 when he won the light heavyweight title. And his last 4 fights might literally have been his last 4 fights. So it's unfortunate because I've always liked the guy. He's really unique.
I watched him very good. You know, he's a very good fighter. You know, he almost got into pro wrestling, you know.
He did have a stint in pro wrestling there, and that was part of the contract. He's saying Viacom/Bellator breached contract because he was supposed to go into TNA, Impact, and do some shows with them, and they promised him like 3 or 4 movie deals that fell through. So he's saying, breach a contract, you have to let me go. And they're saying, well, we're not breaching it, we just haven't offered you that stuff yet. You have to wait. And he's tired of waiting, more or less.
Okay, so look at it this way. Do you, as a person, do you want to see Rampage Jackson fight more?
Well, at this point in time in his career...
Is he marketable? Because that's what it's coming down to. Dollars. Everything's about dollars and cents.
You know, that bucket carries a little bit of water. There's a little bit of water left in that bucket. So, in other words, does he draw? I think UFC needs names. We were just talking about this last week, Mike.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have that.
Yeah.
That's the big name. And
Brock Lesnar.
Do you want to see him fight? Sure. Is he the draw? It piques my interest. Hey, Rampage is fighting. I watched the last Tito Ortiz fight.
I was going to bring that up.
Tito got choked out.
Right. But the point is it was the draw. You actually tuned in to see.
He's a name.
Bingo. He was the name.
Do you rank him higher or lower than a Tito Ortiz?
I'm a Tito fan. I've always liked Tito a little bit better. I'd put Tito up 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I'd love to see that fight. Now, I don't know.
That whole generation is
that era,
gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
We don't have a replacement for it.
But
that's what I'm holding on to.
I rank them both together.
Side by side.
Yeah, side by side.
So if you were to flip a coin, the coin would land right on its side. It wouldn't be heads, it wouldn't be tails. You couldn't pick Rampage or Tito? Couldn't pick one or the other?
Yeah.
No? Wow.
They were both good fighters.
Yeah.
In their day.
I still think it'd be a good fight to watch now.
It'd be interesting.
They're future UFC Hall of Famers.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Speaking of UFC, so good old CM Punk hurt his shoulder earlier this week in training. Yeah. So that prolongs his debut.
It's all fake.
It's all fake,
yeah. It's all fake.
Storylines. His trainer said that he wanted to see him in the octagon inside the next 6 to 10 months for his first pro fight, his debut, but no, that's going to get pushed out a couple months later. Punk's 40, I think. 39, 40, I don't know how old he is, but he's getting at that point where this is where fighters start thinking about chalking it up and retiring. And he's just starting. Batista had that same problem. Do you think Punk's going to come out and put together a good win streak, or is he going to end up like Batista or even Bobby Lashley, where you're kind of too late?
Honestly, when I first heard he was joining the UFC, I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
But now, that's almost a year out, and now he's hurt, so it'll be another year before he fights. Who cares? You know, I think it's lost its fizz.
Mike,
where I don't even care to see it anymore.
Does CM Punk put together a good fight win streak, or is he just going to flop? What do you think? Flop?
He's gonna flop.
You think
because
so?
I watched Dave Batista in the octagon. You know, he pulled out a few fight wins, and then he lost more than he should have. And then Bobby Lashley did his little MMA deal, tried to do the wrestling MMA deal at the same time, and he couldn't get it done. He chose professional wrestling, without a doubt, and I think CM Punk's going to flop.
I think the only way Punk ends up being successful in the UFC, and that means a above 500 record, 6-5, 5-4, whatever, is if they put introductory fighters in front of him and let him mold and build his career moving forward. But if he gets a main eventer inside his first 4 or 5 fights, he's done.
You know what Punk's record's going to be after it's all said and done? 0-0.
0-0.
You're not going to see Punk in a UFC fight.
You'll never see him in the octagon.
No, that's my prediction.
Bold prediction.
Yeah, that's a very bold prediction. You might be right. Okay, speaking of wrestling, I got my top 5 rivalries in wrestling history. Number 5.
Brian Gould and Joe
Gould. Number 5 from ECW, Tommy Dreamer versus Raven.
Nice.
And number 4 from the NWA National Wrestling Alliance, Tully Blanchard versus Magnum TA.
Nice.
Yep.
Number
3,
I've got Stone Cold versus The Rock from the WWE.
Nice. Great rivalry.
Then
number 2.
I've got number 2, Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero.
You got them above The Rock and Stone Cold. Wow. What's number 1? Then
number 1 is from the NWA, Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair.
That's a good one as well. Not a bad list.
No Hogan Savage. Or any.
It's top 5.
Hogan versus anybody.
Who are you going to push off that list to make room for that? Yeah.
No Road Warriors, no Midnight Express.
Who are you going to push off that list?
CM Punk versus Cena.
That's modern era. Yeah.
Yeah, that's modern era.
I've got Vern Gagne versus Nick Bockwinkel.
That's another good one. Not a bad list. Not bad.
No.
Did you see Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao too? Who wants to see it?
I do. Definitely.
So Floyd teases retirement, and now this comes back on the counter again.
The way I look at it is, Manny was hurt, or he claims to be hurt. If it was true and his shoulder was torn, then he couldn't fight at his best. At his best, he may have given Floyd a little bit more trouble. Would he have beaten him? I don't know. I don't think so. Now, if it happens, part 2, I think Floyd destroys him. What do you think?
Well, yeah, I agree. Floyd might destroy Manny again. Second time's the charm. But if it comes down to that split decision, Manny might get it. You never know in a boxing match.
I agree with you, Mike. I think in a split decision fight, Manny will win only because people hate Floyd. They love to hate the guy. I used to hate him, but you know what? He's the best pound-for-pound fighter I've ever seen.
Wow. Nice. For all you fans who watch TV, we had the season premiere on TV, the American Horror Story Hotel, starring Lady Gaga. Unbelievable. That show is awesome, without a doubt. What do you think about it, Joe?
I've never seen it. She acts now?
Yep.
You gotta be kidding me.
That's serious. She acts now. It's unbelievable,
and what's the show about, Mike?
It's about, crazy stuff going in a hotel back in the 90s, back in 94, and then now in the future, people are going to that one little room, room 64, people seeing occurrences, this and that, it's an unbelievable thing, unbelievable occurrences, but
people are seeing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. It fits right in with Lady Gaga. Have you seen the way she dresses?
She dresses sexy.
What's next? Miley Cyrus will be on there.
Well, I thought the first episode was good, and I'm an American Horror Story fan. I've followed all 4 seasons. Yeah.
No. Oh, man.
Got a couple of good football games coming up this weekend. We'll start wrapping this up, guys. New England at Dallas. New England's a 9.5-point favorite. I think they blow them out by like 15 to 20 points.
Yeah, I don't see the Patriots losing that game. Even if Romo was playing, they wouldn't win.
No, and it's sad because, like I said last week, the Dallas New England game, that's like the Super Bowl before the Super Bowl. Those two teams were hot last season. And granted, Dallas has had some adjustments to their roster this year. It's still a good game on paper, but not anymore.
Dallas might struggle to even make the playoffs.
They're going to struggle to even be above 500.
Yeah.
I don't see them winning many games.
No.
New England's got this one.
Absolutely. Buffalo's at Tennessee. I like Tennessee at home. They're actually a 2-point underdog. Buffalo looked pretty good in the beginning of the season, but I think Tennessee pulls off the upset here.
Nope, Charlie Abernathy just called. He said Buffalo all the way.
Buffalo.
Oh, wow.
New Orleans at Philly. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah,
Both teams are coming in kind of shaky. Philly's a 5.5-point favorite. I think they do win, but I think it's closer. I think they win by like a field goal.
That might be true.
I'm not
Very
big
true.
on either team, but my son loves Philadelphia, so I'm going with my son.
Go
Philadelphia,
Eagles.
go Eagles.
Yep.
All right. San Fran at the New York Giants. Giants are a 7-point favorite. They impressed me when they beat Buffalo last week. They looked really good.
They're a hot team.
And
Eli woke
Giants
up.
all the way.
Yeah, and you know what? San Francisco looks horrible, and to only be a 7-point favorite, they should be the Giants should be at least 10. I think they beat them by double.
I'm sorry to dog San Fran, but they're not the San Fran of 2-3 years ago.
No, they don't have Mr. Jim Harbaugh. That's over in Michigan. Speaking of Michigan, we're at home.
Go Blue.
Go Blue against Northwestern, 7-point favorite. I can't wait for that game. That we win that game puts us up probably close to the top 10.
Who'd they play last week? Maryland.
Oh.
Yeah, Maryland.
Maryland.
Back-to-back shutouts, by the way.
Out.
That's
Wow.
great defense.
Unbelievable.
Got anything else to add, Mike?
No, not a thing. Do you have anything else, Joe?
Yeah, I just want to say, coming next August. You want to talk about this?
It's all you. It's your baby.
Okay.
I'm here to support you.
Even though I'm retired out of the business, we are talking about doing another American Cancer Society benefit show. It'll be Fighting for a Cure 3. And 2 shows in less than a year apart, we raised $6,000 for American Cancer Society.
A little over that, like 61, 6,200.
Wow, nice.
And I'm not satisfied with that.
You got the itch again,
I think we can do a lot better. So next August, stay tuned.
All right. Well, in the weeks to come, be looking for that.
Oh, yeah.
As always, you can find myself, Shane O'Mike, and good old Joe Cool here on the social media networks, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of the above. You can find those links in the description below. Also, bottom right-hand corner of the screen, there's a subscribe button you'll see. Click it. Subscribe to the channel. Would love for you to follow us. And as always, if you have anything important or of relevance to talk about, please leave a comment or shoot us a message and we'll talk about it next week's show. Thank you for tuning in once again. This is your host, Brian Gould, along with
Shane O'Mike.
And our special guest,
Joe Cool.
Signing off.
Let me sign off. Love, peace, and soul.